If she looked at you and said, "I need space," don't panic. Because depending on how you respond, you will either save your relationship or destroy it in 1 week. Most men chase, beg, and suffocate her. But a wise man does something different. Because when she asks for space, she is not just asking for distance, she is revealing something about her emotions, her respect, and her attraction. And today, I'm going to tell you what it really means, and what you must do immediately. When a woman says, "I need space," most men hear one thing: rejection. They hear distance. They hear the beginning of the end. And immediately, their heart starts racing. They start thinking, "Is she leaving me? Did I do something wrong? Is there someone else?" And the fear becomes so loud that they begin to chase her. They begin to send long paragraphs. They begin to call repeatedly. They begin to apologize for things they didn't even do. They begin to act like their happiness depends on her reply. And without realizing it, they turn a small emotional pause into a relationship disaster. Because the truth is, the moment she asks for space is not the moment you should chase her. It's the moment you should become calm. Because a woman asking for space does not always mean she hates you. Sometimes it means she is overwhelmed. Sometimes it means she is emotionally tired. Sometimes it means she is stressed. Sometimes it means she feels pressure. And sometimes it means something deeper, something more dangerous. Sometimes it means her feelings are changing, and she doesn't know how to say it. Sometimes it means she is emotionally detaching, and she wants time to see if she will miss you. Sometimes it means she is testing your strength. And if you respond the wrong way, you will confirm her doubts. Because women don't fall out of love only because of what you do, they fall out of love because of how you make them feel. And if your response is needy, emotional, and desperate, she will feel suffocated. And suffocation kills attraction. So let's be honest. When she says, "I need space," what she is really saying is, "My emotions feel heavy right now, and I need room to breathe." And a man who is wise will not fight that. He will not argue with it. He will not try to force her heart open. Because a heart cannot be forced. Love cannot be begged for. Attention cannot be demanded. The more you chase, the more she runs. The more you plead, the more she pulls away. The more you try to control the situation, the more she feels trapped. And when a woman feels trapped, her mind starts thinking about escape. So the first rule is simple: do not panic. Do not chase. Do not beg. Stay calm, because your calmness is your power. And here's the painful truth: sometimes when she asks for space, she is not asking for space from you. She is asking for space from the relationship. She is asking for space from responsibility. She is asking for space from commitment. She is asking for space from the seriousness that love requires. Because some women enjoy attention but fear commitment. They love the feeling of being loved, but they don't love the weight of being loyal. They love the excitement of romance, but they don't love the responsibility of consistency. So when things become serious, when you start talking about marriage, when you start expecting maturity, when you start expecting respect, she suddenly feels overwhelmed. And what she calls space is sometimes just a way to delay commitment while keeping you emotionally available. That's why you must never respond like a weak man. A weak man says, "Please don't leave me. I'll change. I'll do anything." But a strong man says, "I respect your space. Take your time." And then he steps back. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with dignity. Because the strongest message you can send is silence mixed with confidence. Because when you stop chasing, you allow the truth to reveal itself. If she loves you, she will come back. If she doesn't, she will drift away. And either way, you win, because you protect yourself from being played. And listen carefully, there is a difference between giving space and disappearing completely. Giving space means you stop flooding her phone, stop begging for attention, stop asking for reassurance every day. But you remain respectful, you remain calm, you remain mature. You send one message like a man, and then you let her breathe. A message like, I understand. Take the time you need. I'll give you space. But I also want clarity when you're ready. That's it. No essays. No long paragraphs. No emotional drama. Because too many words is a sign of insecurity. Too many explanations is a sign of fear. And fear makes you unattractive. Because when a woman is pulling away, she is observing your reaction. She is watching your emotional discipline. She is watching if you can control yourself. She is watching if you become weak. And if you collapse, if you become needy, if you start begging for her love, she will lose respect. And when respect is gone, love struggles to survive. Women don't stay with men they don't respect. They may stay physically, but emotionally they detach. And emotional detachment is the beginning of the end. Now here is where it gets serious. If she says she needs space, you must ask yourself, how often is she doing this? Is it once, because she is stressed? Or is it a pattern? Because if it is a pattern, then this is not space, this is manipulation. Some women use space as a tool. They pull away to see if you chase. They disappear to see if you panic. They become distant to see if you beg. And the moment you beg, they feel powerful. They feel in control. They feel like they own your emotions. And a man must never allow a woman to own his emotions. Because the moment she feels she controls you, she stops valuing you. So what do? You let her have the space. But you also upgrade yourself in that space. You focus on your goals, your work, your gym, your discipline, your Deen, your future. You become a man who is not emotionally destroyed by distance. You become a man who is stable even when she is unstable. And that stability is what women respect the most. Because stability feels like leadership. Stability feels like safety. Stability feels like masculinity. And masculinity is not loud. Masculinity is calm. And the next thing you must do is observe her behavior during that space. Does she come back to you with effort? Does she communicate? Does she apologize for being distant? Does she show respect? Does she show she missed you? Or does she enjoy the distance too much? Because a woman who truly loves you will not feel comfortable being away from you for too long. Even if she needs time, she will still check in. She will still care. She will still show warmth. But a woman who is emotionally leaving will use space as a soft exit. She will slowly disappear until you stop noticing. And one day, she will tell you, I think we should end this, as if it happened overnight. But it didn't. It was happening silently while you were begging her to stay. So this is why your response matters. Because if she is testing you, your calmness passes the test. If she is truly overwhelmed, your calmness gives her peace. And if she is leaving, your calmness protects your dignity. In every situation, calmness is the answer. And now let's talk about the spiritual truth. Sometimes Allah allows distance in your relationship because Allah wants to show you who this person truly is. Sometimes Allah removes their attention so you can see whether your heart is attached to them more than it is attached to Him. Sometimes Allah creates separation so you can reflect, so you can wake up, so you can stop being blinded by love. Because love can make a man ignore red flags. Love can make a man accept disrespect. Love can make a man tolerate things he should never tolerate. But Allah does not want you to destroy yourself for someone who is not meant for you. So if she asks for space, don't treat it as punishment. Treat it as clarity. Treat it as a moment to reflect. And ask yourself, is this woman adding peace to my life, or anxiety? Is she making me closer to Allah or distracting me? Is she consistent or unstable? Is she respectful or selfish? Because marriage is not about temporary feelings. Marriage is about character. Marriage is about loyalty. Marriage is about responsibility. And if she cannot handle emotional consistency now, then you must question her readiness for a future with you. And this is the hardest truth: if you give her space and she never comes back with clarity, then she gave you your answer. Silence is an answer. Distance is an answer. Coldness is an answer. And you must accept it like a man. Because a man who respects himself does not chase someone who is unsure. A man who respects himself does not beg for love. A man who respects himself does not stay in emotional limbo. He either receives commitment, or he walks away. Because the right woman will never need space from you every time life becomes hard. The right woman will come closer when life becomes heavy. The right woman will communicate, not disappear. The right woman will not punish you with silence. The right woman will not make you feel like you are competing for her attention. The right woman will make you feel like peace. Like certainty. Like home. So if she says I need space, do not chase her. Give her space, but give yourself respect. Give yourself boundaries. Give yourself clarity. And if she returns with love, then rebuild. But if she returns with excuses, then walk away. Because sometimes Allah does not remove someone to hurt you, He removes them to save you. If she asked for space, let her breathe. But never lose yourself in the process. Because your dignity is worth more than temporary love. And if she was meant for you, she will return with clarity. And if she was not, then Allah will replace her with someone who chooses you without confusion. Ya Allah, grant us relationships that bring peace, loyalty, and barakah. Remove from our hearts the fear of losing people, and replace it with trust in your plan. And grant us spouses who are certain, sincere, and full of mercy. Ameen.